All right, ladies and gentle dudes, Papa here. I have my phone in my hand. No, I have to try this again. This just in, Papa here. I have some urgent news. That's right, you are watching a Mini Painting Papa video, and what that means is you have the ability, nay, the duty, responsibility, as it were, to like, comment, and subscribe. If you really, really like it, you can even share it with your friends. I know that most likely all of your friends are already in here, so that's kind of a waste of time, but still do it anyway. It helps me out. While you're doing that, you might also consider going to the Discord. The link is in our description down below, where you'll be able to actually chat with myself. I mean, it's one of the many people in there, and then other people who are actually really talented. And then you'll even be able to, if that's not enough, go to patreon.com/minipaintingpapa, and there you'll be able to subscribe to, that's not even the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for a different word. Join, become a patron. That's right, become a patron of the channel, where you'll be able to have a lot of cool bonuses, such as watching such as watching podcasts live. I don't want to say no like that. Anyway, do yourself and future generations who might inherit your YouTube account a service and like, comment, and subscribe on this video, because for real, it would really help me out. And it might also explain what's wrong with you if they see that you like these kind of videos. So anyway, Papa out.
Oh, don't catch me lying. She'll see this and see I hesitated.
I can edit all hesitation out. Don't you worry about that. I want you to be like, when I'll say it again, when you think of it, even Google it right now. You Google it right now, you find it, and then I'll ask the question again like I hadn't asked it, and you're like, yes, we got married on this day, at this time, at this location. It'd be perfect. So I got you, dog. I'm not going to leave this in the podcast for real. I promise you. So are you ready?
I guess. It's my first time, so go easy on me.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentle dudes, here we have the Hobby House podcast. Joining us today is Mikah Walters, the half of the owner and operator of MTech Cave. This is episode 9. Actually 9. Last time I said it was episode 9. It's actually episode 8. But it is actually episode 9 today. And so I'm really excited to have you here. We've been chatting back and forth for a couple of years, but now it's pretty cool to actually have you here in the Hobby House, in virtual person. So I'm excited to have you here, Mikah. Thanks for joining.
Well, thanks for having me.
Awesome. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about MTech Cave, and mostly let's focus on how it got started, if you would, please, sir.
Well, it was probably about let me see. What year is it? 2022. It was 2019 in January. I was working with a business partner back in the day. I was working with him for 2 years, and we were doing like phone repairs and whatnot. And I thought that was gonna work. That was gonna be great. I helped him found it, and he just stopped paying me.
Oh, okay.
So we moved out. I got a little bit of my inheritance money early, and we opened MTech Cave as a repair store. All I did was phone repairs, consoles, and whatnot, and I learned how to solder. 2020 came around. It wasn't doing enough. I wanted to do more. There wasn't anything to do. So we got more consoles. We had PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Switch by this time. And we grew. Then again, at the end of 2020, said this still isn't enough. We need more to do in town. There were a bunch of guys asking me to get Magic and Pokemon and Warhammer, all the hobby stuff to do. So by the end of the year, we had one little shelf full of stuff to sell. I mean, I'm talking 4 foot wide with maybe 8 products on it of Warhammer. So we were selling that here and there. And I said, okay, let's get an actual account. So we got an actual account. transferred everything and started using their terms, which
Mm-hmm.
that wound up being a bad thing in the future.
Oh,
But we
okay.
started going to all cash because I couldn't figure out terms and whatnot.
So now you and your wife Makayla, correct? Now
Yes.
were you guys married when you guys got your inheritance and you started together, or how did that work out?
Um, we met in the end of 2019, and that's why Warhammer kind of started rolling in 2020 because she kind of helped carry the load
Mm-hmm.
that I had because it was just me doing repairs, doing the uh the tabletop and then the computers.
Mm-hmm.
I had Magic and Pokemon, or had Magic for when we first opened. Um, but we had maybe 8 to 10 people showing up, every weekend.
Right.
And when she came around, Warhammer started growing and people started picking up. That was about the end of 2019 to 2020. And she has now grown into listing the product on the website, making
Okay.
sure all the new releases get listed. So like if we buy cards from people, she now manages all the inventory and whatnot. Um, Listing cards and putting them on the wall,
Okay.
valuing everything. She's kind of doing all the computer work other than like for our Kickstarter stuff, like shipping to certain people. I'm
Uh-huh.
kind of having to do all the logistics for that and whatnot to make sure we don't double ship or forget someone.
Yeah. Well, that either of those would be bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neither of those would be good. Um, so she's handling that aspect of it, and she kind of came in and joined your little operation end of 2019. And that actually kind of answers both one and two. The shift from phone repair to hobby superstore was just because apparently is there a big hobby scene in Stillwell, Oklahoma, or like it's just a few people that were pretty incessant?
There were just a few. It started out small. Um, there was a game store in Tahlequah, which is a city that's about 30 minutes from us.
Okay, so
There was
nothing locally.
nothing in this town. Even the
Gotcha.
skating rink that we had in town closed down. So literally there was nothing entertaining to do.
Right. Well, I mean, there's
Um,
still cow tipping, right? There's still.
um, Not in town.
Oh, okay. 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 Okay.
uh, the, I'm sure somebody out of town does that, but
Right. Okay. But that's another town that's their local scene. Okay. So
yep.
you you guys breathe some life into the stuff to do. Would you say that Stillwell? How big is Stillwell population ish wise?
Oh geez. Last I checked, around 8,000.
Okay. So not that
Very
big.
small.
Right. Do you think that the majority of your customers are local, or do you think they come from just outside city limits from another city to?
I would say it's mostly out of staters
Okay.
and some in town ones. The reason being the game store in Tahlequah closed down
Okay.
last year.
Okay.
So there's nothing there now, and it's just a card store. There's only one card store left. There was three,
Okay.
and that game store was one of them. So there's one left, and it's small.
Mm.
I'm sure they'll last. They've lasted this far. They're the only one left over there. They're gonna keep making it.
Yeah.
But over here, we're the only place with anything to do.
Okay. Awesome.
Well,
Well,
my competition's still in business, but
yeah. Well, let's get them out of there then. You know what I mean? So
right.
let's just work on getting you guys number one top spot. So would you say the majority of your business is actually online sales, or is it
I'd
half and
say
half?
I'd say about 75% of it is online.
Okay.
I have a customer again.
2 hours later.
I didn't even buy anything.
Oh, come on. All that and didn't even buy anything? It should be
Right.
like only enter this. You should have a sign. Only enter if you plan on walking away with at least $50 worth of stuff. Yeah, they
Exactly.
just swipe the card to pay 50 just to get in, and then yeah.
Yep. That's the premium store of all premium
I
stores.
would like that. I mean, he's, I know
You
I'm
walk
gonna
out to
spend
smoke.
right. Oh, dang it. Well, you have like a I'm just gonna smoke code or a stamp on your hand, right? Yeah. If you didn't spend all of your money, you get it, or if you spent it, then you get to come back. If you didn't, you got to swipe it again. It's just it's a unique system. We'll work it out. Okay, so we pretty much derailed pretty heavily, but I think we're okay. Long story short, 2019, the lady friend enters the scene. When did you guys get married? What year did you guys get married?
July 31st of 2020.
Probably
That's
July
my answer.
31st. Okay, cool. Well, I got married
Hey,
July
can't catch
2nd.
me.
I got married July 2nd of 2011. So there you go.
Been there longer than me.
No hesitation. Yeah. Well, I have 4 kiddos. You guys have 1, right? A little girl?
Yep.
That's
One little
awesome.
girl.
Changes everything, doesn't it?
It's yeah. Beyond changes everything.
Yeah.
She's learning to army crawl now. She has not figured out crawling, just army crawling.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, it's funny because once they get mobile, man, you thought life was difficult before. Now they're mobile. Yeah, our littlest one, he's just turned 1, and he's walking, he's running, he's ripping things off the walls. I mean, he's a tank just like his brother. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, it never before has your productivity been so decimated, yet like you're kind of okay with it because at least they're cute, right? I mean, that's basically what it boils down
It's
to.
fine.
If you were an adult human being, I would have no time or patience for your nonsense. But since you are my cute little child, it's fine, right?
Yep, exactly.
So, yeah, it changes everything, man. It changes. You got to go again?
No.
Okay.
Grandma's back this time.
Grandma's back. Okay, Grandma's got the store. Just shotgun, you know. Get out of my store. But no, it changes everything. It changes why you get up. It adds a lot of value to things. But I mean, yeah, I mean your ability to just get up and go somewhere, or just like you and your wife just be able to get up and go somewhere, that's drastically different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're pretty. You got your grandpa running parts of the store. You got your grandma running parts of the store. Your wife started to help out, so you're pretty close to all your family. Who is all of your family in Stillwell? Like, mom, dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
My mom tried to move off for a bit, but she came back. My uncle does live out of town a ways, but other than that, everybody's here.
Awesome. So you can just like chuck the baby to grandma and grandpa or your mom and dad and just drive off.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Awesome.
We haven't done that yet.
Right.
But...
Oh, well, I mean, you gotta, yeah, it was the first one's always very different. Our 4th kid, now it's like, oh, just, find that toy on the ground. That's it's not a toy. That's like a pine cone. We'll still play with it. You know what I mean? The first kid, everything's got to be perfect. You got to have all these special little things for your first kid. But the 4th kid comes around, you realize all that stuff is just gimmicks. It's all just to get your money. They only need a cardboard box and then like some diapers, maybe, who knows?
Sometimes.
Yeah. If they've earned it, right? If not, you get sandpaper diapers. That would be the worst.
That would be horrible.
Okay. So we're coming back to why we're here again. So you guys have recently moved into a much bigger space, right? A more you guys built this space?
We bought this property and we built the building.
Okay.
We started out in I think 1,300 square foot. We moved to the 9th Walmart in existence before they moved and all this stuff. Back when it was like a 5 and dime and whatnot.
Gotcha.
Before that, it was a Gibson's and a skating rink and whatnot. But it was in such bad disrepair that we would have loved to stay there, but the amount of money they were asking for it with the amount of repairs that would come along with it just didn't add up. We built a 4,800 square foot building for less than the asking price on that building.
Wow.
So,
and you're able to customize it. You're able to design it how you wanted it to be specifically for your usage, not try to make it work, correct?
Yes, we designed it exactly how we wanted it. We were able to put everything in one room and make a like a big tabletop gaming room, which they're actually using right now.
Awesome.
There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in there right now.
So you have this now. You have this specially built building. You have a lot of guys using your tabletop gaming area. What especially I would like to have kind of a little overlay. I'm not sure if you have like a draft of a picture and overlay while you're talking about what you're using. If you could just send that to me and I'll put it in the actual podcast so we can kind of talk about it. I'll put little arrows and whatnot. How? Oh, cool. And then if you can actually share your screen too, we could talk about it. Beautiful. Yeah. So once that comes up, you can talk. Hey, look at that. You can talk about how you plan on using these rooms and growth, and that'd be great.
All right. So, I'm gonna look over here now at this other monitor.
Yep.
So what we've got in that other room, I believe you can actually see this as
Click
well.
this. Oh, there you go.
Oh, it won't show my camera. Oh,
I-
yeah,
I-
you can see my
I'm
cameras.
still seeing you. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's
Okay,
the game room. There's guys in there now.
Cool.
Heart of the retail room. I need to lift everything up.
Lift everything up. What do you mean by that?
The camera. I can't see
Ah.
the door. But I have here's the big retail room.
Mm-hmm.
Outside, of course.
Nice.
But the floor plan.
There we go.
This is the retail room. This is where you come in. Right around here is where I'm sitting.
Okay, I was just gonna ask you. Nice. Okay, cool.
Yep. All of this is the big work area. Here's our consoles and gaming and stuff, which is in the other room, which is this one.
Okay, and you get a rent out that?
Yep. So we rent out $5 an hour to play on a PC or a console or anything you really want to do in this room is $5 an hour.
Cool.
Back in here is our little utility room with all our electrical and stuff, and where we put our extra drinks.
Mm-hmm.
This is the tabletop room.
Okay.
Which we've got vending machines over here. I think we have 3, and then a big fridge, a Keurig, a microwave, where we sell, which I just got these in yesterday, the Japanese drinks and whatnot.
Nice. I got a funny story about those. Let me tell you a funny story about that real quick. So my buddy, the first time I ever had one of those, he's like, dude, I had these because he went to Japan. He's like, you're going to love this. So because we went to a hobby shop here. This is a couple of years back, 3 or 4 years back. And he's like, you're going to love it. So, okay. So he goes and he buys one for each of us. And I'm driving my wife's brand new car. I had just purchased the car like 3 days ago or 3 days before this happened, right? So I go and he's like, just got to push it in real quick. It knocks the marble down and you can drink it. Okay, cool. He's like, whatever you do, don't chug it though, because of the way the stuff works. Just don't chug it. I was like, don't tell me how to live my life. So I pop it down there, slam it back, and I start pounding this thing. But like the carbonation is so weird. And it like something happened where basically I started laughing because I realized I'd made a terrible error. So I'm driving my car, pounding this drink, realizing bad things are about to happen. So I tried rolling down the window. I'm like locking the door, rolling down the wrong window, and eventually it just like, explodes out of my nose and mouth and everything, and it all over the inside of the car. And it's like, I told you not to. I was like, don't tell me how to live my life. As the stuff is just draining out of my nose and mouth all over my wife's car. So when your friend tells you, who has experience with these things, don't drink it like that. Save yourself and don't drink it like that. So just learn from me, because they they fizz real weird in the face. Yeah.
Yep. That's why I've been sipping on it. This whole I've only drank that much.
As you should. You should only sip it apparently. But back to the show us. Now we're 3D. Now we're 3D.
Yeah, 3D. Everything's not exactly where it is and whatnot in the
Gotcha.
workroom, but
And
retail
so when
isn't
you say
exactly
workroom,
like that.
That's where you're actually cutting your Kickstarter stuff, right? That's where you are, and that's like your shipping stuff, all of your that. Okay, so that's your
So
back
that's
storage area.
That's where our shipping stuff is, our repair benches, our laser cutter, 3D printers,
And your
everything.
actual office, like that's where your actual office is. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it gets loud back here sometimes, and
I
you
bet.
just got to deal with it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I never would have said this. We're already out of space. I never
Yeah.
thought I'd be able to say that.
Right.
But we moved from that 1,300 square foot to 2,400 square foot of that usable Walmart
Right.
to now 4,800 square foot, and we're already out of space.
Yeah.
But we still own this is basically all of the property that we own. So like the highway is over here. This is the current building, and these are our future plans.
Oh wow.
We are wanting to put in like an outdoor laser tag arena. It sounds weird, outdoor laser tag, but it is very, very close in playability to airsoft.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks very paintball-y.
Yeah, paintball, airsoft, but the laser tag actually has like assault rifles, battle rifles, snipers. It's not just your typical laser blasters and whatnot that you have in an arcade. No, you have to aim. They're not widespread. They're focused beams.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It'll be really cool whenever we get to that point.
Awesome.
But it's down the road, and yeah. So
That's
that's all the
the
property we own right now.
Okay, cool.
So
So you have no real plans right now to expand your actual current building, but you do have other plans to expand using your property.
yeah, the plan. This is cheaper than building a second building.
Yeah.
The guy we bought the land from actually owns this much mirrored onto the other side. We just bought half of it because we only needed half. So when we get to that point, if we ever are no longer in debt,
yeah,
we may buy the other half and put some more buildings on it. You know.
Okay. Cool. That seems like a lot of fun. So something I was talking to Logan about actually is we really like how you always have ideas. You're always trying something. You guys are always like putting your foot out there and just trying the next thing. That's really, really cool. Have you always been that way? Have you always been kind of just push forward? Or
Probably could say yes to that question.
Okay.
In high school with my friend, he's still my friend to this day. We were too young to have actual jobs, so we made a Minecraft server, and I think we made maybe $10,000 in the first year of a Minecraft server. I thought that was pretty cool for being, like a sophomore in high school, of having this server that 100 people were playing a day, but it slowly just faded out. And then, let's say junior to senior year, I had already planned making my own business, and a lot of the classroom was like, "You're not gonna do it," but him and a couple of other people were like, "I think you can. You've got this." And not even a year after getting out of high school, I had joined forces with the other guy, and we had started our own. And 2 years later, was all on my own.
Gotcha. So was he one of your friends? Was he one of your buddies, or just you kind of met him during the process of trying to start your business?
Through the process of working at Walmart.
Okay.
I worked at Walmart for, I think, 3 years, from junior year all the way to 2017. I finally quit in 2018.
Okay. And
So
then
I was kind of working half and half.
And then you and the guy went in and you started. So was it MTech Cave, or is that MTech Cave after you broke with?
It was MTech Cave after we broke.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I really want to hit home the thing that really kind of separates you guys from other stores. I mean, I have a few stores here. I have a lot of stores. If I get to start like pushing out 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, depending however I want to go. Stillwell, Oklahoma is pretty far away from where I live, which is in Washington State, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are my store. I mean, you're my friendly remote gaming store, right? You guys are who I go through for everything. I would rather wait to have it in stock and get it from you guys than go on Amazon or go to another store, just because of what sets you apart. And for me, that is your customer service. I mean, the first time we met, I was doing some writing for fohammer.com, the blog, and he had reached out. He was trying to find someone in the U.S. who can kind of help out because they're a UK based company, and so he found you guys, and we worked something out that I was gonna get some models for a review. And man, the second he said, "Hey, this is Mikah," and we kind of met, you were bam, you're already chatting with me in there. I was like, "Well, I'll just get some paints too," and you sent me a picture of you like putting them on the vortex mixer, and like that's something that you don't see. All of the paints that I purchase anywhere else, the paint's always settled, gross, but you immediately reached out to me. You immediately made it to where that purchasing experience was incredible. And from that moment on, despite the big changes in your life, despite, changing your store, having a baby, all these things, you have maintained that level of customer service. And not just to me, anybody that I've sent there, anybody that I have recommended has said the exact same thing. You guys have been expanding like crazy. Your product line is expanding like crazy. You're reaching out to like YouTubers and doing sponsorships like Chapter Master Valrack. I know that was a big one. That was a huge one that you guys have a relationship going there now. So for me, that's why you guys are my store. And I'm really proud and excited to be able to say that, you're like the first Mini Painting Papa sponsor. Back there, that those list of boxes are all upcoming projects that I've got going on. Just because you guys are incredible. Your customer service is amazing. And it's sad to say that that's one of the biggest impacts that 2020 and the COVID and everything has had, is that customer service is a dying service. It's a dying thing. So what makes you guys so gung-ho on customer service?
Why are you the way that you are?
Well, the way I see it, you can always go to Amazon. You can always buy something somewhere else. You can probably get it faster that way too. But the thing that Amazon won't do is budge. So if you're buying on Amazon, Games Workshop and all these other manufacturers have a minimum advertised price. You can't advertise it for lower than that. And Amazon doesn't really have coupons. I mean, sure, they have little snips you can do at the bottom of them, but you can't buy stuff and save money on Amazon like you can with us. So the way I picture it, I can sell this stuff on Amazon for the same price everybody else can. I can do free shipping. I can do all this and that, but Amazon's still going to take 15%. So why should I give Amazon 15% when I can just save the customer 15%? I still make the same amount of money and everyone's happier because, you've got to earn your way up to being able to save, 30% off of Warhammer stuff, or 15% off of, Magic cards or video games, which is something we also started doing when we moved here, buying and selling video games, and that's been going pretty well. But that's where our rewards program and membership stuff comes in.
Okay.
So I think it was last year we started a membership program. We had a rewards program. It wasn't great. Most places online have membership or rewards programs, and they're not great. You'll get maybe 1% back. That's what you get. You get points for spending money.
Right.
So basically on our rewards program, you can save up to 30% off. Now, some people say, how do you do that? Well, basically, if you're going into a store locally and you go in there a lot, you can start haggling on your prices if they're a local business.
Mm-hmm.
They'll work with you because they know you're loyal. Well, ours works that way. It just bases it on spend. And we don't reset the spend. So like, say you spend $500. Some places will reset that after a year.
Right.
We don't. So if you spend $2,000 with us ever, so like it takes you 10 years to get there, you will still be able to earn that discount, which is 10% off of the already list price, which is MAP, the minimum price we're allowed to sell it at.
Gotcha.
So you won't find that price anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be able to earn that price anywhere else unless you're talking to these Facebook sellers that are doing it weird, where they kind of sneak it a little bit less and whatnot and sell it under Games Workshop's radar.
Right.
Which I'll admit, I tried to sell stuff on Facebook under MAP price as a personal account. Games Workshop still got me.
Yeah.
They screenshotted it. I got a strike. Can't do that. You can't even sell personally under their MAP price. They'll tie the connections and find it back to you.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh, Games
so-
Workshop will find out. Yeah, that's one thing that people are finding out left, right, and center is that Games Workshop will find out. Yeah.
So that's why we made the rewards program. Lots of places, this is all you get. You
Yep.
earn cash back on your purchase. You get a penny back for every dollar you spend.
Yep.
That's everywhere. But we make it like a game.
Yeah. Achievements.
So
Yep.
you earn achievements for spending. You earn achievements for ordering like 10 orders over $25.
Yep.
I mean, you get free shipping if you refer a friend, which that comes back to another thing. Free shipping is hard to do at this amount of discounted price.
Mm-hmm.
So we made a membership program that can save you even more and get free shipping.
Yep.
With our membership program, we recently reworked this.
Yeah.
We had 3 tiers.
Mm-hmm.
One of them you would save 1%, which I started to think that's ridiculous. Who would want that?
Mm-hmm.
The second one, which was premium, saved you 3%, and pro didn't really change.
Right.
So what we did was we eliminated the first tier,
Mm-hmm.
and online people aren't going to want our in-store benefits because they're very unlikely to ever visit.
Right.
So what we did was we combined and split the in-store benefits from the online benefits and made 2 memberships.
Mm-hmm.
Pro, it's $20 a month. It gets you all the in-store benefits, which the list is pretty heavy of in-store stuff.
Yeah.
You get a free t-shirt, all kinds of stuff. The premium gets all the online stuff. So recently, I haven't added this to this yet, but we're going to make a membership only giveaway and
Okay.
kind of split that as well. So regular members get a smaller giveaway, but membership gets probably going to be double what the free giveaway is.
Mm-hmm.
That way we can also leverage and give even more back. So right now we were doing, I think it was about $100 to $150 in giveaways a month, but that stopped in our move and whatnot. So
Yeah.
we're going to start that back up again, except better.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be split to members where they can have even more.
Right.
But the memberships, $10 a month. I think Amazon is, what is it, $8 a month? I don't remember.
It really depends. I think it depends on what all goes into it. But yeah, I mean, it used to be like what 120 a year, then it got dropped down to 99 a year, and then it's I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know that monthly thing.
I pay them yearly for a business one, so I really don't know. But $10 a month, that's a McDonald's meal a day.
Yep.
I mean, you could cut out one McDonald's meal.
Yep. That's one trip to Starbucks.
Yep. And that'll save you 5% off, which will stack with the rewards once you earn it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people get it confused. They think, oh, if I subscribe, I get automatically boosted up to diamond. It can't work that way because multiple reasons. I need to know if you're loyal before I give you this big of a discount.
Right.
And once you've spent that much, you're always going to shop there anyways. You're already loyal. You're not going to go anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So $10 a month, you get free shipping over $99, which is the industry standard anyways. I get that. They don't have to pay for that, but they also don't get the 15% off as well at those places. We do 3D printing services. If you want to do a pre-order, so say a new army comes out like the Leagues of Votann did recently. If you're a member, I'll write you down. You get it before anyone else in the store does, and I'll hold it back for members before I will for someone who isn't a subscriber.
Gotcha.
However, in-store people will get higher priority over online exclusives because, they're a pro member. They are paying more a month. Now, if they are an in-store member or an in-store customer, but they aren't a member, premium members will still get priority because they're a member.
Yep.
And the sample sprue, I don't know if you know what those are.
No,
It's,
I don't.
it's just those little sprues that Games Workshop gives. That's just a little Space
Oh
Marine.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I can send one of those every 3 months to whoever asks for one.
Okay. Do you have like a list of the sprues, or is it kind of just like what you have lying around? Like I want a Space Marine sample, or like how do you determine? Like you
I
did.
can get from Games Workshop a Space Marine or the Stormcast. Just
Gotcha.
one
Yep.
or the other. So
Yep.
one Space Marine, one Stormcast.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so all the in-store benefits I won't go over, but
Because they can just go to
they're
your website, right? Like, and I'll have a link to the
Mhm.
website in the description of both the YouTube and then like the podcast. They'll have a link to your website, and then they can kind of go over that themselves. But I know because I bought a lot of stuff back when mini painting Papa was a lot more prevalent. There's a lot more going on, so I had a lot. I bought a lot, and I actually got to that other thing, the levels. It was a platinum. I know diamond
Mhm.
is the highest, right? I got to one of them pretty quickly, just because I was always buying paint, always buying models, and so yeah, it's just I do know that I can't go anywhere else to have anywhere near the prices. Your shipping times are awesome. I love the tracking, and they always show up. My kids love whenever they see the MTech Cave boxes or a little bit of candy in there, and there's like they like rummage through
Mhm.
my stuff, throw it out, and then they get like little candies, So
Yep.
it's funny, the kids whenever they see that, they're like, yes, candy. So,
Yep.
but it's cool. It's awesome, and it's been so great to see how you guys have grown, especially due to a need, due to your own, like you're getting into that hobby sphere. And so like what's been really cool is to see that you're not just doing you're not just following the money, right? You want to make sure, hey, what's a good company that actually has good product? Well, hey, here, reach out to Huge Miniatures. And so, okay, so you did, and you were selling Huge Miniatures pastes and tufts and things like that. So like you were trying to make whatever hobby you're doing, whatever niche you're getting involved in, you're trying to make that the best it can be. So, for
Mhm.
instance, one of your Kickstarters is you did like the card thing, right? Where it's a card
Yep.
storage, and so you wanted that, and you reached out to people like, "Hey, what can I do to make it to where, as a store owner, you can easily show your things, or as a collector, you can easily showcase your cards." Have access to, if you're going to go different games, you can have different decks. Like these are things that you got into that weren't necessarily your first priority when you started your company, but you
Mhm.
realized the best way to reach these markets is to get in there and see what they're missing, see how, what ways you can better serve them. And when you reached out to me a couple months ago, we started talking about like a hobby station, a painting station, not just those things, but I'd say anyone working with their hands up close, like that kind of a hobby station, and how can we make it better? What are some things that are missing on the current competitors that we can make it better? And that's what I've loved seeing you guys do. Is that's what you dip your toe in something and you're like, no, I'm just gonna go in head first. And when you go in head
Mhm.
first, it's not okay to just be chilling in there. You got to be like, what can we do better? Like, how can we make this better for you? I know you guys a Kickstarter thing says, well, if we get to a certain amount, we're going to be able to buy a bigger cutter, but that cutter is going to make it to where you guys get more, like you're always worried about giving back, right? Not just
Mhm.
your customer service, not just your prices, not just your deals or your sales or whatever, but even like you bought a piece of equipment for your store, but everyone benefited. Everyone who kind of bought in to your idea, to that Kickstarter, benefited from getting to that checkpoint. And I think that's something that's missing. That's missing a lot, is that people miss opportunities to give back to the community. They miss opportunities to give back to those that help them get where they are. Like look at Games Workshop. They, for 35 years, they're celebrating their 35th anniversary this year, right? Like even this week. And when they first started, it was all about getting everybody involved, getting everybody excited for their product, right? Hey, here's how to take a deodorant thing to make a spaceship. Here's how to do this. Here's how to paint things your own way. But you look at it now and if it's not our bit specific, if it's a third party bit, if it's your own thing that you've made, if it's X, Y, or Z, you can't use it at a tournament. You have to have this specific app. You have to have 14 of these books. Like I'm trying to build, like I've been playing Kill Team a little bit off and on, not competitive at all, right? And I got the Commandos box and I got the book, but I'm missing the cards. Okay, so now I got to go buy the cards. Well, I don't have their specific tools. I can't just use my tape measure, so I got to buy their tools. And now I want to do Legionaries, right? Because I think they look really cool. So I had to buy a book. I had to buy the cards. I have to buy the thing. Oh, and they don't have a Kill Team app. So now what? You know? So they're making it so difficult because they own the space. And this is our space and it's not going to change. And we're not going to make any improvements. We're not going to listen to you guys. You know, screw you. Just give us the money is what it feels like, right? But that's not you. That's not... And you can see the difference. People buy from Games Workshop because... I said Gangs Workshop. That's pretty funny, actually. People buy from Games Workshop because they are the big dogs, but you know they're the standard, and you have brand loyalty, hoping one day maybe they'll change. A lot like Blizzard. You know, when Blizzard was going through all their problems, they got bought out by Activision. People stayed. I was one of those ones that stayed for a long time because, well, maybe they'll fight Activision. Maybe, and they didn't. So Blizzard kind of and I stopped being a part of that. You know, and Games Workshop is doing the same thing. They're owning everything. They're not allowing anybody. They're not encouraging collaboration. They're not encouraging these things. It's either you come a part of our brand. Look at all the content creators. Look at all the YouTubers. Look at all these people that made their own videos. Either you come into our brand or we're going to shut you down. You know, all of your stuff belongs to us or we shut you down. But that's not you guys. You guys came in, and how can we work together to make it better? And I think that is the biggest reason why you guys are my store. You're no one else's. You're only my store. People happen to, you know, I allow them to come in.
You allow them.
Yeah. I allow them to come in and buy stuff every now and then, but it's my store. You know, you guys are my people. And, it's been so awesome to see you guys grow, and you know your Discord's growing by proving that you guys are giving back, and by showing that it's more important that your customers have a good experience. It's more important that people who invest in your brand get value more than just prices, more than just discounts. They're actually treated well. I love you guys, man. I love seeing your success. I love seeing how you guys are growing like crazy, you know, and you guys have that almost a mom and pop store feel, but you guys have, you know, you big ideas, huge outreach, huge opportunities to really be a massive part of the community. And I think it's awesome. I think that's, you know, I'm so thankful to Ross over at Fohammer for getting us connected. Because I don't feel like this is a business relationship, although it has impacted both our businesses. I feel like, you know, there's a friendship here. There's a commonality. We each are trying to build brands. We're trying to, and we have the same mentality. You know, we share that. I would rather prove that I can give you value so you remain loyal than let me try to wheel and deal, get you in here, kind of hook you with stuff, and then like now you're trapped. Which a lot of big stores do. A lot of big places do. Oh, you have to buy all of these things in order to even earn anything back. With you, it's like what we're getting is a level of care and customer service beyond a rewards or a membership program. Like we get that just by walking in the store or just by going online, and then you reach out immediately, start chatting in Messenger or whatever. Like that's something you can't get from these big box stores, something you can't get from online stores. And that's what really sets you guys apart. And
yeah, our Discord channel, I mean, I don't know of any other stores that have a Discord channel. I mean, there are some card stores, sure, they do, but it's not a community. It's not something that you can, hey, I have this problem. This order came in, it got ran over by a truck. which happened recently, and I ended up sending some more paint back.
Oh no.
But you know, I was like, "Can you send me a picture?" And I have never seen a more mangled package in my life than I
Oh
did when
wow.
that person sent me that package, and I was like, "Well, here's what we can do. We'll send you some more." I didn't care if any of them were in there not broken or whatnot. I just resent that package.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're going to be able to clean all of that paint off of all of the other paints that were in the box.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not worth mine or their time to sit here and be like, well, this one and this one and this one are okay, but these are bad, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, it's better for them to sit there and enjoy the paint and be able to say, hey, I got 2 of these, and give something to their friend or something. And I did that with a card recently. Somebody ordered a card. Well, it said near mint. We didn't catch that. We sent out like a moderate. So what they wanted to do, they wanted to actually send it back. But I was like, you know what? It's not worth our hassle or your hassle to send a $3 card back to us.
Mhm.
Here's a full refund. Give it to a friend and enjoy it.
Mhm.
So they did just that, and that next friend was happy.
Yeah.
Both of them were happy. So that's I'm not against taking hits for something that'll make someone else happy.
Right.
And that's what a lot of stores are. They don't care if it costs them more money to get their product back, that they'll do it. They
Yeah.
don't care. It's hassle taking it to the post office. It's hassle boxing it back up. It's a hassle printing a label if you don't have a printer. So the only time I'll ever ask for a returned item is if it's, $100 and I accidentally sent you the wrong one.
Right.
And it cost me, $5 to get it back. But I don't wait on it to come back before I send the other one.
Mhm.
Like I'll see, okay, you dropped it off here, I'll send the other one. It's kind of a good switch. But
Well,
then
that's
again,
investment in people, which
Mhm.
big stores don't do. Big stores don't invest in people. They only care about the bottom line. I'm not making this like a corporation, the man. I'm not making it like that. All I'm saying is somewhere along the way, that store no longer focused on the people. They no longer focused on the customer, the end goal. They no longer focused on that. They focused on the bottom line of the dollar, and they weren't willing to take a risk. They weren't willing to take a hit, or for them, it was all about getting that product back. And for you, like there is value. I could see there being value. I'm like, hey, take a look at the paints you have. If any are fine, that's good. I'll just send the broken ones. But for you, you saw that you would rather part with $10 to $12 worth of material and keep that person happy, because in their mind, hey, I just got, actually half of them were still good, but I got more. Thank you. That's awesome. It was way more of a win for them than it was a loss for you. It still was a loss for you, but the win that they experienced earned something that you could never get back. What if you lost it, right? If you became nitpicky, if you nickel and dimed, you would never have got that back. And so that's something that's huge, is because you understand the value. You see the value in the customer having a win, even if it means you take a loss. Because if that person's a good person and they're a good customer, they will keep coming back. If it wasn't a scam, if it was an actual mistake, if it was an honest mistake, they will see that. They will see that you're willing to eat that on their behalf, and that will earn loyalty. I'm sure that there have been times where you felt scammed, or you've been scammed, or you had to be, okay, like I know for a while when you guys first started your card buying, people were scamming you a little bit at the beginning just because people are people, right?
Yeah, I that was my mistake. I didn't know what I was doing at that time, but
Right.
I now know what real and fake Pokemon cards look like.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm sure that was a very expensive learning opportunity.
this is about $500 loss, but
Yeah.
I know now what to look for.
Yeah.
And I made a promotional video out of it. I said, look, I know what fake Pokemon cards look like, and I shredded every single one of them and posted a video of it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're supposed to do with fake cards. You're
I remember
supposed to
seeing that
shred
actually. I remember seeing that because there was like a flashlight or something, right? And then
them.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then you shredded them.
you can shine a flashlight through a Pokemon card and see it brightly, it's fake.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at the time.
Man,
But
people, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
some people, not all people, some people. And
Some
I think
people.
I think that's the important key, is that when you can look at customers and say, you know what, maybe 1 out of 50, or whatever of you are going to try to take me for something, but I'm still willing to give the rest of the customers the benefit of the doubt. I'm still willing to treat them with respect, as opposed to putting everybody in that same thing and be like, you know what, you guys have to earn my care, or that's not the way it should be. And you guys haven't done that. And so I want to encourage you to keep the course, right? Stay the course. Keep being awesome. I know that I love you, and I will always send anybody from the Hobby House your way. I will send anybody listening on YouTube or even on these podcast platforms. Go to mtechcave.com. Go there. And if you really want to, you could use promo code PAPA, PAPA, just to help a brother out. But you don't have
Cough.
to. Cough, cough, hint, hint, cough, cough. You don't have to, right? But if you just like, well, there's something in this promo code spot where you could put 4 little letters, PAPA, and that hooks us both up. But no, for real, I mean, I did that for even when there wasn't a rewards or there wasn't an affiliate program. I sent everyone your way because I knew that you guys were the best. I know that the prices are the best, customer service is the best. If you guys didn't have it, you would do whatever you could to get it, and if you couldn't, that's just the way it is. But you guys, you and your wife and grandma and grandpa and anybody else who's helping out in there, you guys are awesome, and I'm so proud for you. I know I'm like a dad, I'm like a dad to your store. I'm really happy for your brand and your product, and I'm so excited to see where you guys go, man.
Thank you. I'm hoping it's up. I don't think we've stopped growing. I think it'll keep growing. I know our Vallejo stock's a little low, but I found a new wholesaler that might fix that.
Okay.
So
Good.
I've not been just piddling around back here. I've been trying to find solutions to find better places.
As we've seen, you can't even sit down and have a podcast without business and doing work and all that kind of stuff. So, once you get some scale 75 or what's the other one I was looking at? I was asking you about a little bit ago. AK interactive paints. Yeah, I want to try those. And then Vallejo, they're doing like a contrasty type version of paints that come out. So when that drops, let me know. I'd like to put my name on that list for when they show up, and I'll buy their whole line of contrasty paints because I'm really excited to try theirs. So, but Mikah, it has been awesome having you in the Hobby House. It's been awesome learning more about your store and kind of what makes you guys tick, what drives you. Do you have anything else? Anything you want to say, or are we good, man?
I can attest to our shipping times. I'm sharing my screen. I don't know if you can see it.
Let me go back. There we go. Yeah.
So this is public information.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone can click on this and see this screen. This is live updating. It shows all of our packages, all of our orders that have happened, where everything is, if there's something moving, if there's some delivered, or if there's some out for delivery. It shows you exactly what's happening with our shipments.
Yeah.
And it averages our delivery time. So that's always fluctuating, but as of right now, it is 3.5 days average to delivery.
Yeah.
Which some of those are, 1-2 days, but there are some, the mail can't get their head out of their butt and sits at a post office for 2 or 3 days. It's not our fault. We ship it same day. Yeah. We always ship within 24 hours, and a lot of places don't do that. But that's where life is. So
yeah, well, I definitely know that. I remember you first talking about that cool little shipping tracker. That was really awesome. That was a really cool thing, and being able to actually look at it and see it, and seeing even right there all the ticking of the orders and deliveries and out for deliveries, and that was just really cool to see that you have a healthy presence. You guys have a healthy store. And yeah, I mean, I know back over there, like I said, we have some stuff we got to get painted up for you. I mean, you guys are moving now. It's my turn. We're all moving, and everything is crazy. But hopefully, next week is actually going to be back to somewhat of a normal routine. I got my other good painting buddy. He's gonna be painting up the Dominion box, as we talked about. I'm sending him all those paints because he just moved. He's in Tennessee now, so that was a cool random change. So I got to send him that box to Tennessee, and then I'm working on your Kill Team Morok. They're actually in the shelf over there in the little display cabinet. I got the terrain all assembled, got the guys all assembled, and I got the base painted. So I'm actually really excited to see where we go. I'll be working on some YouTube videos where we'll be talking about the specific. I want to showcase the finished product and kind of go through the process. Maybe you can show that at your store or whatnot. I do want to make, one of the ideas I have for you is if you guys have a build and paint day, I want to make kind of a MTech Cave specific. Like we'll have, you know, this is the paint that you guys are going to have access to. Here's how to take these guys off the sprue. Just a build and paint video to showcase while people are there learning how to do it. So that would be kind of I have a Word document of a lot of video ideas. I'm really excited to start busting them out. It just takes being able to actually be here and do it. So
Yep.
Now that
I know
next
that
week,
feeling.
yeah, exactly. Now that next week should be back to normal, we should see a lot more work, both on commissions, knocking those out, getting them out of the way, and then MTech Cave specific videos. I'm really excited, man.
Right. I look forward to seeing them. I love seeing just random tidbits here and there, and I can't wait to see the pictures of the drawers that we've been sending out. That's going to make my day. I mean,
Yeah.
seeing something that I designed and I made on somebody else's shelf. We've gotten one picture so far of somebody that has some put together, but I've sent out 50 times 5, at least 200, 250 drawers to people, and I'm hoping to see some pictures soon.
Yeah. Now, those are people. How many of those are stores, do you think? Do you think the majority are just end users, or do you think some of them that you've sent out are stores?
Some of them are stores. I know maybe 5 of them at least were stores that had ordered some stuff, but they had huge orders, and there's no way I'm going to be able to get everyone something by the end of the year,
Right.
because those massive orders. So that's why I'm doing 5 across the playing field and filling from the bottom.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
at least everyone gets a little something, and then you build from there. Gotcha. See, even right there, you're caring about everybody, not just your big spenders.
Exactly. Everybody
Nice.
needs something to give them an idea, and I know those big stores, they can't handle 1 or 2 pallets full of wood just showing up on their shelf one day.
And then assembling it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've heard from the one guy that has assembled them and sent me a picture, it took him an average of an hour per drawer to assemble them. And that was him saying that I've never done this before. I've never messed with wood. So, I mean, if you know what you're doing, it takes me 30 minutes to assemble one. But yeah, I've been doing it for a while. So.
Yeah. Well, and you made them.
And I made them.
Yeah. So that kind of helps. Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, I'm really excited to be able to start testing some of these hobby things and picking that back up again. It's just been crazy time. But I'm excited to see where this goes, and see if we can't get more people involved in the idea, the think tank, and then getting some shots out of that. It'd be pretty cool, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, buddy. All right, Mikah. Well, I think that's going to be it. I got to get cracking on something else here. So thank you so much for joining me on this, and I'll get this all edited out, and we can share it and see where it goes.
Heck yeah. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Mikah.
I got to go handle some customers.
Work. Yeah, get back to work, boy.
I got to go work.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Access granted.